Okay, in this composite surface area, everything is going to have something missing from it. Okay, in the last video, we were gluing objects together, so there were surfaces being missed. So now we're actually going to have surfaces that have holes in them. Okay, and it's a little bit different thought process when it happens. So take, for example, this nice cylinder. It has a surface area formula of 2 pi r squared, because there are two base circles, plus 2 pi r h. Okay, where this is, of course, the radius, and this is the height. Okay, now what happens here is we are going to actually be making like a hole in this, say like a piece of, or a whole roll of toilet paper. Imagine that's a hole. Okay, so like a toilet paper tissue, it has a thing that goes down the middle where you can touch and feel. So what happens to the base is the base, of course, and the base on the bottom, the same thing. So if this were the bottom base, right, the bottom base would have a hole in it here too. And then this would, of course, come all the way down. So this is really hard to see. Anyway, there's a hole in the bottom, there's a hole in the top, there's a hole through the middle. So the base, what happens is we have some area that has been subtracted. Okay, we are missing area from the bases, right? So we have to take whatever this thing's radius was and subtract it from this one. Okay, so whatever the radius was here, we are subtracting the area from that base. Okay, but what happens is now we have some more edges, right? If you physically take your hand along some toilet paper, let's say, you can touch this edge right here and you can make your finger go all the way around the base, right? That's the perimeter. In addition, you can now touch this one in here, right? We have all this other surface inside that is also able to be touched. So we have to add in more, right? We have to add in more perimeter, right? Because this is, if we were to unfold it, this thing in here would be a rectangle, right? Where one of the lengths would be the perimeter of this top and the other length would be this vertical side here. Okay, still has the same height. So the perimeter we have added. We have added extra perimeter. So we're going to use the same formula right here, only we are going to change our base a little bit, right? We're going to find a different base area by subtracting the things that are missing, and we're going to find a different perimeter by adding these two things together. Okay, we're going to add the outer perimeter and we're going to add the inner perimeter together before we use one single formula. Okay, rather than trying to find all of these surfaces, every single surface, and then adding them all up, we're going to use the same base and perimeter formula. But we'll be subtracting to find the area of the base, and we'll be adding to find the area of the perimeter. Okay, I know it sounds confusing, and it is. So it's going to take you a couple of minutes to be able to watch the video again, I don't know, so that you're able to understand what's going on here. We're subtracting base area and we're adding perimeter. So let's try some problems here. So notice our base here is going to be this. So the base is always going to be the thing that has the missing part. Okay, so this is a cube or a rectangular prism with a rectangular prism missing. So we're going to calculate the base area. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our rectangle, right, this outer rectangle, which is 12.4 times 7.8. Okay, remember this is the base too. And we're going to subtract, hang on, let me see what that is. 96.72 for the whole entire rectangle. Now we have to subtract off this little one here. Okay, so this is 1.8 times 3, which has a little area of 5.4. Okay, so together the base area is going to be 91.32. So this is the area of the base. Okay, all this stuff here without missing this little gap. Okay, so we have now found the area of this base right there. Okay, so now let's jump over and find the perimeter, because that's the other part of our formula. So the perimeter is your rectangle. Okay, everything we can touch around the outside. Okay, 7.8 plus 12.4 plus 7.8 plus 12.4 is 40.4 for the perimeter of the big base. And now we have to find the perimeter of the small base. Okay, 1.8 plus 3 plus 1.8 plus 3 is 9.6. So this has a total perimeter of 50, it looks like. 50. Okay, so this is the area of your base, and this is the perimeter of your base. Okay, and that goes into one formula. Right, 2 base areas plus the perimeter times the height. Oh, and the height is this. The height is 9. The height is a distance in between your bases. Okay, so when we add all this stuff together, okay, we do our multiplication and stuff. We get something, let me see, I just have to, this is 182. This is 450. So this has a total surface area of 632.64, I believe it was feet, square feet. Okay, so when we're doing a problem that has a hole in it, you have to subtract the base area to find the area of your base, and then you have to add in that extra perimeter so that we can use the standard surface area formula, 2b plus ph. Okay, that's what we do here. Let's try another one. Oh, here we have another circles. So let's see what we can do. We have a large, okay, base area is pi r squared, so pi 3 squared, which is 9 pi. Okay, and then we have this other one, right? This is a radius of 1 here. So pi 1 squared, which is 1 pi. So we have a total base area of 8 pi, which is the big circle minus the little circle. Okay, so now we have to do and calculate the perimeter. Perimeter is circumference, so 2 times pi times r. Okay, 6 pi for the big circle, 2 times pi times r. And then for the small circle, 2 times pi times radius of 1 is 2 pi. So the perimeter in this case is also 8 pi. We add perimeter, we subtract base area. Okay, so then your formula 2b plus ph becomes 2 8 pi's, because your base area is 8 pi, remember, plus the perimeter, which in this case is also 8 pi, times the height, oh, and the height is 7, because the height is a distance in between your bases. So 16 pi plus 56 pi is 72 pi, and our units are meters, so square meters. Okay, base area you subtract, base perimeter you add. Okay, to get one formula. Since it's one picture, there's one formula for this surface area stuff. Okay, ooh, now look at this one. All right, so our base area looks like it's a triangle. Okay, it would be a triangle with a semicircle cut out of it. Okay, do you notice that? Here's your triangle. It's a right triangle. Okay, and then here is a semicircular part that is missing. So we're going to find the area of our triangle and then subtract half of our circle. So the triangle area, 1/2 of base times height, right? This is the base of your triangle. This is the height of your triangle. That's 30 minus 1/2 of pi r squared. So this is 4, right? 4 pi, half of 4 pi is 2 pi. Into your calculator, 30 minus 2 pi is 23.717. Okay, this is the base area for your formula. Okay, so now let's jump over here and talk about perimeter. Okay, so perimeter is the distance around the outside, so this is 12 plus, here's a distance of 5 plus, I'm not sure what that is, and I'm not sure what this is. But I know what this is, right? This is half of your circumference, so 1/2 of 2 pi r. Now let's see if we can figure out all this stuff. Okay, so let's use our brains. This looks like it's a right triangle, correct? So this whole entire distance, had it been here, okay, if this whole entire thing was here, this would be 13. Okay, do you understand this? So we're using Pythagoras. 5 squared plus 12 squared equals 13 squared. So this whole entire side here would be 13. Okay, now if this is the radius of 2, that means this has a diameter of 4. So from here to here is 4. If the whole thing is 13 and that much is 4, that means the rest of this straight stuff, even though I don't know what it is, okay, I don't know what this length is and I don't know what this length is, but I know together they have to add up to be 9. Okay, the whole thing was 13. The whole thing was 13. This much is 4, so that means the rest of it has to be 9. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use down here as part of my perimeter. The straight part is 9. Okay, both of those two pieces together make 9 units. Okay, so let's see. 12 plus 5 is 17. 17 and 9 is 26. Plus this is 4 pi. Half of 4 pi is 2 pi. So my calculator says 26 plus 2 pi is 32.283. Okay, and this is going to be the P for my formula. Okay, so finally, putting it all together, surface area equals 2 bases, so 2 23.717s, plus the perimeter, 32.283, times the height. In this case, it doesn't show it on your notes, but the height is 1. Okay, this is the height, the distance between your bases. It's 1. You can just throw that on your paper. Okay, so let's multiply this by 2. That gives us 47 and change. And this is still 32. So when I add these two things together in my calculator, I get a total surface area of 79.717. And the units are centimeters. Okay, so now this one doesn't have like a hole through it, but it is missing a piece of it. Okay, and whenever we're missing things, whenever something has been subtracted, we have to subtract the base area and we have to add base perimeter. Okay, remember, perimeter is the total distance around the outside. Okay, so try some of these problems. If you need help, make sure to reach out on Google Meets using your Drive, or you can send me an email and we'll get together on Zoom. All right, have some fun.